November 2nd, 2025. It is a Sunday. I am driving down Plain Hill Road in Norwich, Connecticut. This is more test video. I did a short test the other day. It would have been longer, but my camera that I'm currently using on this video right now, to record this video right now, basically just died. So 75% of the video was just lost, or it never recorded. So I'm trying something new, but this is going to be a very technical test. I'm driving around. I'm going to do the same route that I did yesterday. Hopefully this camera doesn't shut down. I did shove some foam inside of it. I'm trying something different. I'm on West Town Street right now in the Norwich Town section of Norwich. And let's see here. I'm going under a bridge. Wow, blinking yellow lights. I'll take it. That means I can just keep driving. Now, sunset was 1 minute ago. It was 4:41. But that doesn't mean dead dark. That means the sun, crested over the horizon, so below the horizon. So I still have ambient light from that. But if I can squeeze in this video and make the same, what I wanted to do the other day during the same test, then I'll be happy. It all boils down to, will the camera shut down on me? It was, conditions were better the other day for my taste. It was overcast, very cloudy, so I could go out. The light was more even. Right now it's crystal clear. I don't know if you can see the moon up there. It's probably just a dot on this video, but it's out. It's, clearly visible. But the technical aspects of this video are, I'm shooting 24 frames per second at a shutter speed of 1/48th of a second, which is double the frame rate. That is the 180-degree shutter rule when shooting video. That is what they do in Hollywood. That is what has been done for generations, and that is what people are used to seeing, into what is sometimes referred to as cinematic, or the look that a lot of videographers try to get in today's digital world, is the cinematic look. You can definitely do that with film. So one thing about this video, and I'm at ISO 100, so my settings are dead locked in. The exposure is absolutely positively locked. So when the sun is going down rapidly. I mean, it's going to get dark, is what I'm saying here. Every red light is kind of, hindering me a little bit. If I could just do one smooth pass. I'm going to try to go through. I'm going to go past NFA, down City, do a quick spin down there, and I'm going to work, I'll work my way back up West Main Street, and then on to 395 for a little bit more speed. But with the sun rapidly going down, I would have been better off if I went out a little earlier, but I would have had to have very overcast skies for that. All right, there's police cars. I saw 2 police cars back there at the entrance to the Norwich Town Commons. All right, there's an ambulance coming, so obviously something is going on back there. I was at this stoplight yesterday, and I made it a little further down here past Bacchus, and then the video just shut off. So I'm just, I got my fingers crossed. I don't know what the reason is. I'm speculating maybe it was a little colder than normal, but I shoved some foam, like I said earlier, I shoved some foam inside of this camera where the battery would normally go, a small battery, but I removed the battery. I used an external battery which plugs into a USB-C cable into a external larger battery, which I put under the hood. So I think that cavity might have been, the wind and everything that passes through that when you drive, things cool down much quicker. It's speculation. I have no idea why the camera shut down. 99% of the time the camera works, but when it doesn't, it doesn't. It appears to be working until you get home. You load up the files, the individual video files, and there's just nothing to see. But the 24 frames per second, 1/48th of a second shutter speed combination with ISO 100, as it gets dark, which it's doing, you're going to see it getting darker. If I had all automatic settings on this thing, and I just put it in auto and let it rip, it would adjust for exposure, so you would see it wouldn't appear to be gradually getting darker. It would just adjust for exposure. When the camera reached its limits of what it could do, it can't see in the dark, basically. So once it reached its limits, it would then, the footage would be so dark that it would be just not, it's nothing I would upload. You wouldn't be able to see anything. You would just see like little pins of light or whatever, maybe a car's coming in the distance, coming towards me, headlights or whatever. So this, it's getting dark quicker than I kind of expected. I don't know. By the time I get to 395, it could be way too dark. It could be too dark now. I have a feeling that it's doing okay. But 1/48th of a second shutter speed, I would need to go lower or raise the ISO, and that's another technical thing. That ISO makes the shutter, it makes the sensor that is recording, this video is recorded on a sensor. It makes it more sensitive to light. So I could do that, but I just wanted to lock this exposure in. So obviously the sky should be bright. That's going to be definitely bright enough to record good video. But as we move on, things that are in the dark, like the house on the left up here, it's a little darker. Obviously there's a dark tree there. That could be jet black. I don't know what to expect. I have ideas of what things will look like, and it could look really cool. I like evening drives like right now if I can pull it off, but I am with a locked exposure. That's limiting, because as the light changes, the exposure's not going to adjust, so we're going to reach the limit of what this camera can do, and it's not going to take that long. So I'm on, in this down city right now. I'm just going to go around the roundabout real quick. This is not going to be a lengthy drive, but it can't be. It's going to be dark. It's going to be dead dark. But let's just see. If this thing is recording right now, I hope, I would have been thrilled the other day if that recording didn't just shut down in the middle of nowhere. But so I'm going around the roundabout. I'm going to work my way over to West Main Street. And by the way, I'm using no image stabilization. Okay, I have that shut off on the camera. The car acts as an image stabilizer. It is a large, metal vehicle with 4 wheels that is stable. There's no jittering or anything in the camera. When I go over a bump, it's, the shock absorbers and everything. Let me take it slow up this little strip here. They park on both sides on Main Street, which is where I am now, so it's a little tight. Okay, so you can see the light in the sky. Ooh, green light. That's good news. The sky is well lit. The horizon is dark. So, it's going to be interesting. If the sky is too light, too bright, then I will be recording no information. It'll be blown out. It'll be pure white. But if the shutter speed is and the frame rate are in the ballpark, then I'm probably getting some really cool looking footage. Like I said, I personally like evening drives. They're hard to do with the camera that I have right now. The technology has improved in recent years, and there's, things on the horizon that could come out and, make that even better. I'm on West Main Street right now. I'm going to head straight down West Main. It's getting dark rapidly. And I do have a red light here, which every second counts with this video, but hopefully it looks nice. I think, if I have a real mixture of light, ambient light from the sky and light from street lights and cars and things like that, it can make for a more interesting video. But again, this is a test mainly of what 24 frames per second looks like. I think 30 frames per second looked good. I did a test on that. 60 frames per second definitely looks really good, because this is a moving vehicle. It is capturing a tremendous amount of information rapidly. This person in front of me is going a little slower than I like. Not that I normally rush down this road, or any road for that matter, but I do want to get to 395 and get some higher speed footage. Alright, so I'm going a little quicker on this road than I normally do. Green lights ahead. That is definitely in my favor. As I work my way down the road, some pretty cool clouds straight ahead. As it gets darker and darker by every 30 seconds. That sun is going down very slowly. It's below the horizon. But I'm going to work my way over to 395, head back to Norwich town, and that'll be the test. A couple of big questions. Did it record? Last time it shut down. But does the 24 frames per second look good? The other day, it looked pretty cool to me. If I was doing critical work, or I wanted everything to be tack sharp, for some kind of a, really important, documenting a drive that I did that was absolutely critical for, you could stop the video and inspect the frame, and everything is sharp in the frame, top to bottom, left to right, the entire, screen in front of you would be razor sharp. Then I would just do fully automatic, 60 frames per second, and I wouldn't even think about it. But I've done a lot of these videos, and I am experimenting with different frame rates, and this 24 frames per second is pushing the envelope. This is kind of, I'm driving, I'm going on 395 right now, and that is minimum of 60, well, not minimum, but 65 mile an hour speed limit. So I'm going to be moving. So the road beneath us right now, rather than if you stop the video, it would be tack sharp in my normal, the normal way that I've been doing videos. This is going to have a blur to it where there's motion. Motion, blur. Okay, I'm going under a bridge, so the exposure is not going to change. It's just going to get very dark for a second. But see, now I'm on 395. I can sense that it is too dark for the frame rate that or for the shutter speed that I'm working with right now. I'm going to keep it in the video. It's going to be real dark, but you do get the sense from the beginning of the video to now that it's getting darker. If I was doing the other kind of videos where I let it, the exposure automatically, the camera automatically handle the exposure, this video right now would be brighter. It wouldn't look as dark, and that's because the camera compensates for the dark, the darkening conditions by doing internal adjustments to brighten things up. That's not what this test is about. This test is about locking the exposure at a fixed settings, the 3 settings: frame rate, shutter speed, ISO. That's the test. And we're going to end things pretty soon. I'll go through Norwich town, past the gas stations down there. But I'm assuming it's really dark right now. It might be, something I normally wouldn't use. Wow, this guy's flying out of here. It might be too dark. The settings may have peaked. I'll find out later. Maybe I'll do, I'm going to throw this in the computer right, 10 minutes from now and see what we have. It's 5:58. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. It's 4:58 p.m. right now. I got to adjust my... So it's 4:58 p.m. right now. We had to change the clocks back 1 hour yesterday, and my car is the last thing to do, and I just changed it now. So we have this red light. It's very dark, too dark, but I'll include this in the video, and I'm going to go, I think I'll turn up Plain Hill Road, and it'll be too dark. Okay, so this is a good test. Going under the bridge, it's going to get dead dark right here. You can see in the distance there's light, but now we're out from under the bridge. You can see the sky. Normally under the bridge like that, the camera would automatically compensate, and you would be able to see under the bridge. You would be able to see the beams. It would brighten up dramatically. Then when you exit the bridge, conditions for a second or two would be extremely bright, but then the camera would compensate. So this is Huntington Avenue that blends into Plain Hill Road. So I'll go up here a little bit, and then that'll be the end of the test. Hopefully this thing recorded. That's the whole ball game. If it didn't, then I'm in the same boat I was in the other day. The other day I think I got a 7-minute video. But I wanted to get the effect of the sun going down and light being, low. The light lowers with every 30 seconds, every minute that goes by, and it gets darker and darker, and I just wanted to capture that effect. So I think we started somewhere around here. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for joining me.